I need to thank all of our Patreon supporters. Sarah P., a.k.a. Situational Daddy on Instagram. Sandy and Paul J. Nathan E., Jacqueline M., Matthew J., and Big Time Jim. Help support our show by going to patreon.com/whatremember and pledging a monthly amount. Thanks. You want to go right into it?
We could do it.
Okay. I'll just
just chop so get some old footage.
I don't care
that in as an
about
intro.
people. There's too many movies. I can't watch everything.
All right, okay. Can I?
We can't chop an intro because we're shooting this now, Andy.
Well, yeah.
So we wear totally different clothes.
Fix and post.
What?
Just like Photoshop the lower part of our
I'm not
bodies.
doing any of that.
Static image. Just static image.
Too much
across
work.
us.
It's a lot of work.
But no, I've brought this up before. But having now gone to the movies recently.
To see Top Gun
3
Maverick.
times to see Top Gun Maverick
Like
Andy,
twice.
you didn't even invite
to
me
see
one
Jurassic
of those
World.
times.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
spoil one thing for me.
I thought you said you saw Top Gun 3 times at the theater.
Spoil one
twice.
thing. What is Miles Teller's call sign?
Rooster. It's in the trailer.
Okay, I didn't know.
Oh, Miles.
Goose and Rooster.
Yeah,
I get
that's
it.
the idea.
That's the idea.
That's the idea.
Miles Teller's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also about fighter jets. I don't know if you remember the first one.
I
We
thought
did
it was
it on
about-
this show. You can
I
go
thought
back
it was
and
about
listen to the
guns.
episode. Oh, you're right.
I thought it was about
Yeah.
guns.
It's the top of guns.
Yeah.
Just the top of guns.
The jet reps.
The very tippity top.
What's on the top of the
When's
gun?
it coming to Plex?
That's the real question.
That's a question.
That's the great question.
But
That's what I'll watch it.
trailers are out of control.
Wow, you're doing this. We were doing this
Again,
years ago.
I got so mad.
Here we
at
go.
Seeing Jurassic World because I just
They
seen Top Gun
revealed
twice,
everything?
and both those times I was like, "This is a lot of trailers." Jurassic World
You can go to the theaters 20 minutes after the showtime
had
and still see it.
16 trailers.
Whoa, that's too many.
It took
Whoa.
over 30 minutes
Whoa.
to get to the movie
Whoa.
after showtime.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yes.
And it was all trailers,
Last
and it was
time-
the weirdest mix. Normally, they try to tailor the trailers,
Right, if it's a horror
to the
movie,
movie you're
it's gonna be
seeing.
horror movies.
This was everything. There were kids movies, like kids movies. There was like horror movies. There was action movies. Every trailer, they're just like, just
Give them everything!
show them every single trailer. I don't care. And
The last time I went to the theater, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the showtime's at 8:00, maybe 8:15. They're gonna start the movie.
Yeah.
I get there, it was the same thing. I was
Yep.
like, "Oh, actually, I didn't need to rush." That
I was
much."
extra mad because this was the first time I've done this in probably a decade, but I did a double feature. I went and saw Top Gun at like 6:00, and then I saw Jurassic World at 9:00. Just went from one theater to the other.
This guy's at the theater the entire.
And I
Yeah.
was that man.
Theater
Jurassic
swapping.
World, those trailers put me over the top. I was so mad.
Oh, I love Over the Top.
They throw the trailer for Over the Top, and now all of a sudden, they should just show trailers of old movies. Show the Jaws trailer.
Classic trailers. That'd actually be really cool. Get you excited for the
Show me a
movies.
Dunstan Checks In trailer.
Instead of showing me Nicole Kidman telling me how the movies
a
are
theater
cool.
where you're doing like midnight movies, you should definitely do old trailers.
That's a really I like that.
I've never seen that happen
Trailers
before.
from movies that came out around the same time for classic shows.
Right.
Is a great idea.
That'd be great. That'd be so
Man.
good.
And he gets excited for the movies. Like I said, instead of showing me Nicole Kidman telling me how cool the movies are, show me just old trailers from classic movies. Like they have all the classic posters in the hallways from theaters. Like,
Right.
Did you go to the one where
Lean
you
into
clap?
And no, I didn't go to the
That's
MJR.
MJR.
Yeah, I should have. This is at AMC, so everyone was just like, leave me
so they're
alone,
like,
please.
get a Diet Coke, but don't slurp it up.
I can talk about that. The Jurassic World viewing experience was also one of the worst I've had in the theater in a long time.
God, that movie's so long.
I mean, I can't blame them. There was nothing worth watching, so it made sense that they were constantly just leaving or walking around or coming back or talking to each other the whole time. I was like, I get it.
When the movie's bad, just
But
talk.
yeah, I was like, no one's watching this, and I think we all know it. But like,
ready to shut your brain off and fall asleep.
oh man, it was crazy, ridiculous.
I saw Crimes of the Future, and there was like 5 other people in the audience.
What is that?
That's the Cronenberg film.
It just came out?
Yeah, a month ago. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I'm kind of scared to watch it. I don't know.
Is
if
it
I
Minority Report?
It's just CG, like guts.
Yeah,
That's all you know.
Maybe.
It's all
Is it-
CG.
Is it Minority Report?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Crimes of the Future?
Crimes of the Future. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
It sounds like Minority Report.
It's like the X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, wow.
It's about elective surgeries.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
It's
much.
Cronenberg. He does body horror.
A lot of body
I
horror.
see.
So
I see.
But I was only within the theater with like 5 other people. It was great.
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Didn't have to see a
Everyone's
Jurassic.
like, we don't want to watch this.
No.
They were there to watch that movie.
Right.
I'm an independent film person who only watches these movies.
Yeah.
That's me in the audience.
We are
I'm one
the
of them.
true film appreciators.
Ah,
Like,
when
who-
is the David Lynch film coming out? I would like to see it.
Who the f*** are you talking to?
Steven Spielberg, how boring.
Oh!
This is a theater.
I'm gonna kick that guy's ass.
If it's not a Gus Van Sant film, it's not from me.
I can't stand that guy.
Lars von Trier, where are you? I like this guy, the Snoopy film guy.
Just demanding more Arthur director films during the most generic blockbuster.
I'm seeing Jurassic Dominion.
You're seeing Jurassic World, yeah.
Like, does that guy have a monocle on? Why? Why are you here? What are you doing? What was the point of the monocle?
He's not even looking at. He's got the monocle over the closed eye. Yeah. He's not even looking at that one.
Oh boy.
He's got a candy cigarette. What the f***?
Where did he even get that?
You can get those still.
You shouldn't.
Jesus.
My name is Bradley Jones.
I'm Andrew Moldenhauer.
I'm Andy Hubert.
And this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try, or they try, to remember a movie that haven't seen in a very, very long time. And this is what the Andys remember about Gone in 60 Seconds.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember.
I don't understand how you
I never saw
have
it.
not seen
There's like
this
4. I put 3 up. There's like 4 Nick Cage 90s films I haven't seen, and this is just one
Is
of them.
it Snake Eyes you
That's
haven't
one of 'em.
seen? 8mm?
That's one of them. You got it. And then this one.
Okay, so there were 3, not 4.
Fair enough. I haven't seen the other 2 either.
saw Con Air.
I remember
I've seen
passing
Con Air.
8mm in Blockbuster so many times because it
scared
the
me.
Number 8, so it's like right at
Yeah,
the beginning of the
it is
row.
true.
I've seen Snake
And every time I was like,
haven't seen
I should
8mm.
see that. At the time, I thought it was
Is it like 7, but Nicolas Cage? I don't know.
Well, see, I thought it was
It's like
going
a
to be like
cop
an action
thing.
movie because they were like, oh,
Guns?
it's like 9mm.
Yeah.
But no, it's 8 for the film. I'm not a film guy. What even is
It's
a
a
movie?
snuff
I don't know
film
what that
movie.
is.
You haven't
But
seen Snake
snuff
Eyes?
films, no.
No?
What's
that
the-
one, Snake Eyes is like a murder mystery
Yeah.
that happens at a casino boxing event. Like someone gets murdered
Yeah.
in the audience, and then he's
That
a
sounds
cop.
cool as hell. I want to watch that.
And when
It's
does,
good.
When does the ninja show up from G.I. Joe?
Oh, yeah.
When does he show
That's a
up?
good
When does
question.
Snake Eyes show up
Yeah.
to fight Storm Shadow?
We just got his
1994.
origin movie. So
1982?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good legacy sequel.
Yeah, it's like there's a murder that happens at like a major boxing event that's on pay-per-view, and then they try to figure out who did it.
I haven't seen Captain Corelli's Mandolin,
Oh, God.
What is that?
and I
saw that
haven't.
once.
I haven't
I
seen
don't
Family
remember
Man, which I know
anything
you
about
like.
That's a good one.
Oh, that one is notorious for having a trailer that had nothing to do with the movie.
Yes.
Have you guys heard about that? Mm-hmm. The trailer for Family Man makes it look like a comedy, and it's not.
No.
Talk about the Family Man.
He came out with. You guys ever see The Weatherman? I
Yes.
thought that one was
I
really
mixed those two up
good.
a lot. That's the one where he like it's
As
like
a kid?
It's like It's a Wonderful Life, sort of.
What's the one where he has a kid?
He sees like what his life could have been like if he did something different. That's the one where he like takes up archery as a hobby halfway through.
It's not that he's. No, it's not like that, but he's like a
what's the one I'm thinking
pushover,
of?
and then something happens where he decides like he's gonna stand up for himself more, and yes, he carries a bow around
Yeah,
with him.
I remember that. Yeah, I liked both those movies.
The adaptation was great. I saw that.
Family Man is the one where that's the one where he maybe you did say that. and I
Okay,
just
okay.
misheard.
Is
But
Urkel- is Urkel in that?
He dies and he
dies
sees
and
what
sees
his life would have
could
been.
have been.
Oh,
Yes,
it's
that's right.
It's
And the
Wonderful Life.
trailer presents it like it's a comedy.
It's a Wonderful
Yeah, it
Family
does,
Man.
yeah.
and they
No,
even
it's-
show clips in the movie that never happen in the actual movie.
Yep, which is now common, and I've raged about that on the show before.
Yeah, that one was notorious for that.
Notorious.
But this movie came out in
Okay,
2000.
here's what I know. Let me start. Let me start.
99.
I think Angelina Jolie's in it,
Yeah,
and Nicolas Cage.
right.
I'm gonna say either Ving Rhames or Michael Clark Duncan. No, it's a shot in the dark.
I think Ving Rhames
Both those
might be
answers
in it.
feel right.
Is Tom
Like,
Sizemore in the movie? There's got to be like
I
a.
think he is.
There's got to be like a bad guy. Tom
No,
Berenger.
I think like Giovanni Ribisi might be in this.
Oh yeah.
a
Is it a
Fast and
crew?
Furious alum is in this?
Is it a crew film?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a crew film.
Crew film.
It's
It's,
a crew
kind of it's a heist movie, so you got to get
It's
the
a heist.
You got to get the band back
It's
together.
a car heist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a car movie.
Everyone has their own
early
unique set of
2000s.
skills.
So I mean,
Yeah.
There's also the guy from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
yes,
Vince-
the soccer guy.
The really tall guy.
Vinnie Jones?
I don't know his name actually,
so,
but
yeah.
he doesn't even speak in the entire movie. He
Yeah.
has no
Probably
line.
Vinny Jones.
I'm pretty sure it's Vinny Jones. But Michelle Rodriguez is...
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Oh, right.
So we're
right,
stealing
yeah.
cars for some reason.
I think she was in this before Fast and Furious, because I think there's like a famous interview where she talks about she didn't even have a driver's license to do this movie, and it's a whole movie of driving
Didn't
cars.
she get arrested for like hitting somebody in Hawaii
or
or
something?
something?
Oh, maybe.
I thought she like got in a car accident or hit somebody.
She got
or,
arrested for
or
fighting.
DUI
people.
or something. I don't know.
I think
what
she got
did.
arrested for fighting.
Could be.
I don't know.
This movie, I think, came out in 2000,
Okay.
I believe.
Was it? There was also Swordfish. Was it like it felt like a similar film to me that came around the same time about stealing things?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is more like
this is a
Italian
remake.
Job.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
This is a remake.
Yes. Yeah.
I've never seen the original.
I don't even know.
Is Paul
what the
Newman in it?
original
I bet.
came
on my
out.
watch
I bet
list
Paul
for a long
Newman's in
time,
it.
yeah.
Paul Newman's in all those old movies.
I need to watch the original.
This is like Vanishing Point in a way. But
I love
with the
Vanishing
crew.
Point.
It's, so
Sort
it's
of, I've seen
Vanishing
plus, maybe Vanishing Point plus Italian Job,
Yeah, it kind of is a mix of the two.
because it's a crew type heist.
So we're stealing a specific car.
No,
They're
you're
stealing a bunch of
100
guitars.
cars.
Oh.
Guitars. I said
100 guitars.
100 good cars.
guitars, and I said guitars.
100 car shit guitars.
Guitar cars.
Tonight we're gonna break into a guitar center. This sounds like a dumb movie.
Yeah.
I'm the car czar. Coming in the good
So-
guitar car.
Nicolas Cage is definitely like he's really acting it up in this movie.
Of course.
His acting
He's
level
Nicolas
is
Cage.
like a little bit beyond real.
He's
like,
got
he has,
glasses
like,
on, right? Like nice
How far
glasses.
is this from The Rock?
Everyone's got nice glasses on.
Like 5 years.
5 years out?
The Rock came out in 95.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson in the 80s. He was born in like 1979, probably.
I wouldn't be surprised
It's a Rock
too,
joke.
if I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Busey's in this. One of the Buseys.
Gary, not Gary.
Not Gary.
Wow.
Yeah.
The son.
So we're stealing 100 cars in 60 seconds?
Yeah, so
That seems hard with 4 people.
that's the kind of the point.
You gotta use like RC remote control, like Batman Returns things to like put in those cars and drive them all at once,
Yeah.
like drone cars.
I know the reason why is because his brother just got out of jail, but then immediately got
He's got
into
one
trouble.
last job.
Yeah, he gets
No,
like
his brother got into trouble with like the mob or
a
something.
gang or something,
A
and they're
gang,
gonna kill him
and they're gonna
unless
kill him, and he comes to him and he's like, "They're gonna kill me if you don't raise
Steal
this money."
100 cars.
And Nick Cage is like a famous car thief. Like this is what he
Right,
is
and I
known
think
for.
he
He's
probably
stealing
spent time in
fancy
prison.
exotic cars.
If you're a good car thief, you don't want to be well known.
well, I mean,
You want to
Well,
go
he-
under the radar.
He got caught for it, and he had some time.
I
in
think that's
Oh.
a part of the beginning is that he's like, I haven't done that in a long time. Like I don't do that anymore. But it also means the police are well aware.
But
of
he's
who he
a
is.
family man,
So
too,
there is like
Not a
definitely.
weatherman.
There's definitely like a head cop and like at least probably his
Oh, of
partner that are like
course.
all about taking him down. That's,
They're trying to. They
waiting for
already
him.
know something's up.
I can see
because-
even that.
They're
being,
outside
like,
of his
being
house
raised.
drinking a Slurpee in their car.
Well, they're
waiting
scouting
for
him
to
as
do
he's
something.
going to talk to the other people. Because in a heist movie, you have to do the convincing every person to join you back into
Yes.
doing one more job. Well, I got one more job and then I'm out for good.
the Italian job.
I'm gonna retire.
And so yeah, this cartel or whatever is forcing him to steal 100 classic cars in like a single. Well, I don't even know if it has to be. It's by a certain day, and they're like, if we're gonna do this, it has to be done in a single night.
Are all the
because
cars on like a boat?
too much.
How do we steal all?
They're taking him to a boat. They take him to a container ship and drive him into a container. That's sort of. It's like a video game.
right.
That's like the destination is like get it into a cargo container. So they're gonna like ship him overseas to like sell in like Saudi Arabia or something.
What is his connection with Angelina Jolie?
she's a mechanic. She's a mechanic, and that's where he goes to meet her.
Yeah.
She's at like a body shop, and they might have had a history of dating. I think.
Could be a complicated
I think-
past. Yeah,
I think they were in a
Well,
relationship.
like a will they
for
won't
a
they in the
little
past
bit.
or something.
And maybe what ended it was he went to prison.
Yeah.
and she moved on.
That could be.
I'm
Or maybe
totally
he took the
guessing.
fall for her. They were
I
doing
think
something.
It might
maybe?
also be like you know
I'm stretching. I don't ever see
He
this
got
one.
busted. You were literally stretching. He got busted and like didn't turn on anyone else in the crew either. Like he just like did all. He took all the responsibility himself.
That's smart.
Not a rat.
That's what I'm saying. Giovanni and
Yeah.
Angelina and
Never
everybody.
be a rat.
Never rat a sec. It took 15 years in the clink for us.
you. I didn't rat you. How do you say? I think she's one of the first people that he goes to.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I don't really know why.
Okay. Well, they got a past. I don't know. I got to raise this money for my brother. I need your help.
Yeah.
We got to steal 100 cars in 60 seconds.
He spends a little bit of time convincing her because she's just no right up front.
Yeah.
But there's other people that are immediately on board.
Yeah.
She's one of the like.
She's
straight up.
She's gonna be the one like first he goes to, and she's like absolutely not, and then he gets the whole crew together, and they're just about to start talking about the plan, and then she shows up, and you're like,
Angelina,
You're gonna get $1 million if you do this one because it's the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
wow, 1 million.
so yeah, there's like the scene that sticks out in my head. There's like he flips over like it's not a whiteboard, it's like one of the clear glass ones you draw with like neon markers.
Glassboard.
Yeah.
You like flip. They're like, you want us to steal like a couple cars a day? And he like flips the board
Not a
over, and there's
couple
like the
cars.
whole list of all the cars.
cars.
He's like
1 million
100
cars. 100 billion cars. We're gonna steal all the cars.
So someone he has to have a fence to sell the cars to somebody.
That's already lined up. I think that's part of the whole getting him on the ship.
Get him on the ship?
He's not selling them. He's just giving them to whoever.
So when does he get double crossed? Because that's gonna happen.
does he get double crossed?
Of course, it's a movie.
I don't know if he does. I feel like it's just the fact that like he's been released from jail and this detective hates
I
him
don't
and
think
is
he's double
tailing him.
crossed, but I think he's tailed the whole
Yes,
time.
the police are constantly on him about
like even before
watching
he's really putting the plan in motion, they're following him to like the first person he meets, and they're like putting it together. Like,
Yeah.
okay, he met this person, this person,
like
this person,
something's
this
going
person.
down.
And these are all people that might have a history.
Are we in like constant car chase mode, like outgunning police and
Yeah.
like right from
I mean,
the get go?
The second
At
half of the
times.
movie is because that's the heist like starts halfway in and sort of is the entire second half of the film, and it is a lot of driving.
It's like most of the remainder of the
Yeah,
film.
and the last quarter is sort of their bit on like Bullet, because like the
No CG cars, I bet.
Oh, because the last car they're gonna steal is Eleanor, which is this Shelby Mustang,
yeah.
like classic
I
Shelby
forgot.
Mustang fastback, and I think was like the car he tried to steal when he got caught the first time. Like it's his famous car.
It's unstealable.
They didn't build a door on the car.
Yeah.
You can't even get in.
It has no steering wheel.
Why does anyone want it? What is this? What?
I don't know why it doesn't even have an engine.
Yes.
It has square wheels.
And so like the whole
Why are you stealing this car?
Cut to it's just a couch.
Well, that's why I think that he gets busted there, because the cop is like, he's gonna try and steal this car again, and of course he does.
Yeah.
He saves it for last, and like that, the
That's
whole
what puts
it's like
him
a
at
whole
risk.
chase through presumably San Francisco in a Mustang, which is Bullet, and is like
Bullet? Bullet with the Steve McQueen movie?
Yeah.
So we get a lot of
I
like
need to
gear
see that. It's really
shifting
good.
and like looking at like the mirrored back behind you shots.
I mean, this
We get a lady
is this
pushing a
Michael Bay?
grocery
Who directed
cart.
this, because it feels Michael Bay. I don't know if it is or not.
I don't think it is.
because this
Produced by Roland Emmerich, I would guess,
'Cause,
because of
man.
The Rock and every other.
It might be a
Con Aaron
Bruckheimer
stuff.
production.
Oh, Bruckheimer. That's what I meant.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely Brockheimer, but I don't know if it's Michael
Because
Bay.
that car chase feels insane. Like he's like ramping off shit, stuff's blowing up. The car is destroyed by the end of it,
Oh,
which
no.
is what part of the contention. Like they're like, you
Right.
didn't deliver all 100, you delivered 99 and a crumpled up Mustang that isn't a car anymore.
Right.
So what are the consequences for that?
They all get killed.
Oh, movie
Credits.
over.
No,
Gone in 60 seconds.
yeah, I mean,
All right, let's see what we got right in part.
That's how they're gone in 60 seconds.
right.
They'll get
remember,
murdered.
I have to believe there's like a reveal where they're like, him stealing Eleanor was all a ruse to steal a different Mustang or something, and so he actually did do the job.
Ah.
And like it was, he knew the police would be on him,
Count
so it was all a
again.
distraction.
You're right. I don't remember what it is, but it's a distraction for sure.
It's like an old Pinto that goes in there.
Even like,
Count it.
I mean, the audience thinks like he failed, but it's you don't. He never explains the plan. You find out somehow afterward.
So
I don't know what he did exactly.
how are they still? So everyone else is stealing cars when he's
Yes.
leading them on the wild goose chase.
Right.
Do we ever get to see that side of
Yes,
this?
some of
yeah,
it
yeah.
is like, I think some of it's inside jobs. Like one of the guys works at like a Ferrari dealership and steals like a Ferrari that works there or something. They like clone
Is it like you
keys
steal
and
10,
them
you
and-
steal 10, and I'll steal 50?
I think
Is
so.
it like one of those
There's
kind of
quite
things?
a few of them. There's like 6 or 7 people in this crew.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, Robert Duvall's in this too, isn't he?
Yes,
He's an old.
he's the old timer.
He's like the old timer guy who
He like
Maybe it was in the original.
stays.
He
Ba-
sits
there's
in the
a guy
garage
that
the whole
stays
time.
back at the garage.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks for doing this. Keep it real. Think slow. We should get through it just fine. Hello, Rider Donnie. Donnie, hello, Rider.
Brad, what do you remember? You know,
I saw
from the trailers.
So I saw a trailer of a lot of like drifting, and like Angelina Jolie's got sweet glasses
Doesn't she
on.
have like dreadlocks, or am I making that up?
Are you thinking of Hackers?
She has short hair and Hackers. I don't know.
That's true. She does. I don't remember.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's long and wavy, like Tomb Raider style, normal Angelina Jolie hair.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I don't know why I'm thinking dreadlocks.
She's probably like, leaning over a car, like fixing it with her butt out.
Get some male gaze.
'Cause, you
Gotta
know,
get some of
so
the
it's
male
the
gaze in
2000s.
there.
Of
Yep.
course, of course.
It's core.
She corrects a man. No, that's not the carburetor. You got to do the 53.
They gotta have
and
like,
the-
whoa!
She knows about cars.
A woman can do comedy.
They've got to have the flirting with car parts. Be like, oh wow, that's a big wrench.
Oh, the
wow,
exhaust pipe.
adjust my carburetor.
Always a carburetor.
Yeah.
Always.
Touch
Man.
my clutch.
Oh man,
This movie's definitely got to have some like inappropriate, not like didn't age well bits
for
about
sure. That's,
about
I feel like
sexual
that's definitely going to
harassment.
be a discovery in this.
Do they got some? Will they? Won't
sure.
they? Do they like have a big kiss over the sunset at the end?
They've
Or
got
they,
to.
yeah.
I'm trying to wonder why if he gets arrested at the end.
Oh, does he take
as
the
a
fall
part of the
again?
Sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Or if,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so.
I'm not trying to remember. It might
Because
be.
it's like choose between your brother dying or you going back to
jail.
prison.
Yeah.
You'll do the prison time.
Yep. And he had to do it because he knew the cops
And I
would
think
be all over him.
I think he has a short. I don't remember why, but he doesn't get that much time in prison because there's like the scene at the end, which I'm completely probably making up, where he's walking out of prison and she's there to pick him up.
Yes,
with
that's-
Eleanor maybe, or with one of the
Ooh,
cars.
Yeah, that's got to be it, right? And I wonder if it's like he also somehow like takes down the guy that like forced them to do the job in the first place, maybe.
Yeah.
Does he have some sort of fatal flaw? Like he can't like leave that car alone.
I mean,
like,
Eleanor's
we
the-
already got 100.
Yeah.
We already got. You can leave that one behind, Nick Cage.
It's
and
the
he's
white
like
whale.
looking at him, like I gotta get that.
They try
Yes,
to talk him. They're like,
you are
there's so
right.
many other Mustangs we could steal.
Don't take that one.
And he's like,
It's
no,
untouchable.
steal that one.
The one without doors or a steering wheel. The unstealable car.
Doesn't even have an engine. Figure it out.
He's just sitting in there like
Flintstone,
Yeah, he just grabs it and picks it up and like walks with it.
Fred Flintstone. He's like, let's Fred Flintstone this out of here.
Oh man. This movie, I loved this movie when I was a kid, of course,
Yeah.
obviously, and this because
It's
this
so
this
good.
carried
Talk
me
about it.
directly into my Fast and Furious enjoyment.
People talk about that one a lot more. There should have been sequels to this movie. Should have had a franchise here.
I feel like it easily could have.
You could bring it
When
back.
was the first National Treasure? Like, how fast did Nick Cage kind of move into
2005?
that? 5? I was like, I wonder if that was like
National
yeah, that was his like series of films.
gone
There's
in
3 of
90
them.
seconds or National Treasure 1.
Just gotta follow the money, you know.
90 seconds.
Kept following that money.
Yeah.
Gone in 61 seconds.
Gone in 30 seconds.
That's even faster.
Yeah, each one is
We'll do it in
even
half the
quicker.
time. We'll get 200 cars.
You want to see the new the new Gone movie? It's
So-
like it's
New Gone movie?
runtime's only 10 minutes. I don't know. Like, they're really fast.
So
They were gone before the movie started.
so explain to me. So each car they can spend 60 seconds on a car.
They need to
each?
deliver a car every 60 seconds.
It's not like they have to get all of them in 60 seconds.
right.
No.
They,
Just-
have to, they need to
So,
have one
what is-
showing up
what's-
at the docks every 60 seconds.
what is
Because they
that,
have to do it over one night,
Yeah,
I think.
it's one
right?
night.
So that's
it's
600 seconds?
100 minutes.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Well,
That would be
600 seconds. It's different. It's how many
60 seconds is a minute. So
Yeah.
if you have
100
100
cars,
cars,
you're
you just
100
have
minutes.
100 minutes, and that's the runtime of the film. So that's it.
Ooh, there you go.
They're just stealing right from the beginning. They're stealing a car.
There you go.
That'd actually be really funny.
Are there so is it like a rally where they're like, or is it just one at a time? Steal a car, go get another car. Steal
I
a
mean,
car,
everybody's
go get
off doing their own thing, and there's a part two where it's like each car's coming in a line. I'm
Yeah.
probably making that up.
So how do we get back to get more cars?
yeah,
I drive a car to the boat.
Just take a taxi back out.
How do we get back to the first
They have
car?
to steal a car to go get the
They have
car.
one guy that's like the shuttle driver.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's
This is
just
what
like,
I'm
all right,
saying.
okay, take it
Is
back
it
out.
like a relay rally where they're just handing
They're
a
in a
car?
city with really good public
No
transit.
idea. These are good questions, Brad.
These are good questions.
Is it like the assembly line where they're like each person has one job to do?
One person they carpool to each job
Yeah, yeah.
ahead of time, and maybe
might
there's 100 crew members. They each steal one car.
I don't know. I No.
Explain to me the title. That's all I'm asking.
Should we get 100 people?
We can each drive one of them. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Huh. So one of the cars like breaks down or something. Someone has trouble getting one of the cars.
That's got to be There's got to be at least a couple
Yeah.
where like something
Angelina
goes wrong and they have
Jolie's
to
Right now, bullet.
they have to like think fast and find an alternative.
There's one guy that's never driven a manual before, and he's like, "This is the last car he's got to drive out
Yeah,
of there."
that's got to be a thing. There's got to be one where like the car, the dealership moved the one we were gonna steal, and so like I think most of the thefts are from dealerships where they like are able to clone the keys, and it's pretty simple. But one of them like oh, this rich guy has one. They break into his house and like steal it out of his garage or something.
So let me follow up on this one more time. I'll get my head around this title.
Yeah, come on.
Do they have? So do they have exactly like 600 seconds to do the job? Or is
I
there
think they have a
there
night.
is there literally a ticking
one
clock?
night.
They have one night to
It
steal.
might be that by from
I think
the
the
time
title just might be like, hey, they're trying to steal a lot of cars really fast.
Sure.
I
It's
think
not
it's
literally.
not literal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So overnight they're stealing 100 cars, going at a good pace.
Yeah.
And maybe Giovanni
They're cranking 'em out.
Ribisi is the brother that's gonna be
That could
killed.
be. I could see that.
Oh,
He could be the.
can Nicolas
He
Cage
does.
like
I mean, that's sort of his character in a lot of films, right? He's sort of like the helpless brother.
what's each one's thing? Each gotta have a thing, right? Are they all just fast drivers, or is one like better at
Driver.
something?
I think Angelina Jolie
she can
really
fix.
good
She's
at
a
yeah.
mechanic.
She's a
She can fix
mechanic.
things.
She
gets one
Robert
Duvall
Duvall
is like the
kind of
planner guy.
the brains of the
Yep.
operation
Logistics.
in a way. Or
One of-
logistics.
I think there's got to be at least like
details.
two of them that like work at the dealerships that do the keys, right?
Yeah.
They like their plants for stuff.
I just remember one bit with the Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels guy where he doesn't talk in the entire movie, and they call him on the phone, and he picks up the phone, and then it's Nick Cage just like grunt if da 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 da, and then he's just like. I don't remember
he
what he
plays that kind of
does.
character really well.
I don't know what he
so
does. Maybe he fights people. I
he's
don't
just
know.
brutal.
Yeah, he's the muscle. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's the heavy.
So that's part of the crew. That's got to be right.
Got something to say before I kill you, fool?
Sphinx. Otto sent you.
Is Don Cheadle in this? Or am I just making that up?
He should be.
I don't know.
He should be if he's not.
He should be. That would be a good one.
The police are the only antagonist.
Aside from like the threat to his brother's life,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like there's got to be a rep for the cartel that's like constantly like, you've only got 60 more seconds to be gone.
Oh, so the very last car is the 60-second
Gone
car.
series.
Yeah, like Gone Girl is part of this one. It's the Goneverse.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, see,
Callback.
Wow. They took a long time to make the Gone series.
It's a rich. There's a real rich, lore to this
Whatever it
universe.
might be. It's rich.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Hey,
I don't mind that joke.
So yeah, he's got to steal the last car in 60 seconds. That's got to be
that's
something.
yeah. They're running
'Cause the
behind.
time-
They have 60 seconds to get that last car over the line.
And there's like a big bit, like the other big scene that it's in the trailers for sure is
They
like,
should show like a 60-second
they-
thing in the top where it's
Oh,
counting down.
count
But every time he
timer.
crosses a checkered line, it adds more time.
that could be yeah.
Ooh, like
Rob Duvall
Virgin
has a
USA.
stopwatch. He's like, checkpoints.
Exactly what I was thinking about. Checkpoints. I hate those games because I'm always like, 3, 2, 1, 5.
Oh
I
man,
never win.
Are there guns in the movie? Are we shooting out of the car at people or doing?
I don't. Their
Anything?
crew, I don't think
There
does.
is maybe the mob is doing
Yeah,
it, or whoever
Okay.
the people are.
A car gets shot up.
I'm sure police are probably shooting, but Nick Cage would never do that. Okay.
I don't carry a gun. That's my one rule.
Do we know who even the cops are? Like which actors we're thinking about?
Judge Reinhold.
Very
No, I feel like
So
I
threatening.
feel like the main police detective is.
Hands up!
I can see his face.
Danny Glover
Black guy with a
and
mustache.
Mel Gibson.
He reminds me of Ving Rhames, but he's not Ving Rhames.
Michael Clark Duncan.
No,
Black guy with a mustache, you said?
he plays like a police
Eddie Murphy?
dude in a lot of movies.
Police.
Like real tough dude. Man, I cannot.
Michael Chiklis.
I just thought he's not even black.
I know. Well, he said you do blackface one time.
Did he?
This is the one time.
I think he did.
He did orange face in that Fantastic Four film.
Oh. He made Trump look really bad.
Oh my god.
It's clobbering time. We're gonna clobber some time.
I've got the best clubbers.
I get the best clobbers.
It's like, what is he talking about? The economy's shit.
No, it's the best we've ever seen.
Oh my
boy.
god.
So, do they have a getaway plan? Are they gonna go off with the boat? Does everyone just sail off into the sunset?
I feel like it was just
Everyone can't go back to
Get out of the
America or
warehouse.
whatever, or I don't know.
I mean,
They get duffel bags full of money and just go separate ways?
yeah. It's good because it's the one last job, you know.
Yeah. I think it ends with. I mean, maybe I don't want it to because it's just like a cliche, but I think it ends with like him getting out of prison.
And she's
Angelina
got
Jolie's
Eleanor
there
Waiting
with
for him.
Eleanor. That's my idea of how
Oh,
it ends.
pulls up to the prison, like,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
you know how it is. Like they're sitting outside the car waiting for him as they walk out. Like, oh,
got
that
out for
person's
good
here.
behavior.
That person's here to pick me up.
She's like, "Would you like to get gone from here in 60 seconds?" And
like-
he's like, "Why do people keep saying that? What is going on?"
Well, see what Andy got right and what I got right. Also, maybe
right,
without seeing the film,
Okay.
in part 2.
On this list, you'll find 50 cars, 50. I need all 50 delivered to Long Beach Harbor, Pier 14, by 8 a.m. 4 days from now. I'm paying $200,000.
I'm not interested. I'm just here for my brother.
Young Kip came to me. He had street cred. The brother of the notorious Memphis Reigns. So 2 weeks ago, I hired him and advanced him $10,000.
Hadley told me. If it's about the advance, I can understand your anger. Debt has to be settled. 10 grand. From me to you.
I wish it was that easy.
I don't see the complication.
I have 4 days to deliver 50 cars and I have no cars.
Well, that's another problem.
Is another problem, innit? It's about me delivering 50 top-end cars because I said I would. Because if I don't, my South American friend goes somewhere else from now on, and that's not good. It's a humiliation. Because I'm the arsehole who said I could deliver. Am I an arsehole? Do I look like an arsehole?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Very Orange Movie Podcast. We watched Gone in 60 Seconds.
Was it that orange?
It's very orange.
It was the most orange thing I ever saw.
It was
Okay.
sunset.
When
it
it
was
wa-
sunset.
I thought everything happened at night.
When it wasn't midnight, it was orange. It was one of the two. Either I couldn't see what was happening, or it was all orange.
Yeah.
I thought most of the movie was going to be at night.
Hey, a lot of it is.
But the big chase scenes, those are all orange.
Well, you
could
can't
say
say
it
it
was-
said night, Brad.
You could say it was so night that it was morning. It was dawn or dusk or whatever it's called.
So I watched this movie. I still don't know what happens in it.
Correct.
really.
Yeah, this is your
That's
first
correct, Brad.
There are only 50 cars.
50 cars, not 100. We're wrong.
He's never in or out of prison.
No, he retired.
But I guess he didn't get caught.
Right,
Did
the
he not-
detective
he
was
get
on his
caught?
ass or something.
He didn't get caught ever?
Never,
No.
never,
Never,
ever.
ever?
Nope.
He doesn't care about the money. He
didn't
just
get-
wants to get his kid or his brother.
His brother.
free.
His kid brother.
His kid brother by Christopher Eccleston, who is
Yes.
the bad guy.
Do you know him from Doctor Who?
Doctor.
28 Days Later,
That's right.
28 Days Later. Yeah, that too.
the movie we did on the
I know-
I
podcast.
know more from Doctor Who, actually.
Yeah.
That's where I recognize him. I was like, that guy looks familiar.
And Delroy Lindo.
Yes. What a name.
Woo!
Awesome name.
Yeah,
that was
that
the
the cop?
that was the
Yeah.
detective I was trying to think of.
Yeah, and who's your boy? Who
Yeah,
was
he's
his
in it. You
partner?
forgot your boy.
Your boy.
You forgot your boy.
forgot your boy.
You forgot
Where's
your
my boy?
boy. Timothy Olyphant.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, he was
I
a
it's in my
sidekick.
notes about like
Josh Hartnett, Andy.
in these. Oh man, Oliphant is so funny in this movie because he's like
He doesn't do anything. He just sits in a car.
He makes a couple good jokes.
He makes some jokes. He's like kind of stupid, but not bad at his job. And then like, yeah, he just
He's
gets.
supposed to be the stupid one.
Yeah, he is supposed to be the stupid
Yeah.
one, but he actually does some. He's not bad, but he's hilarious. Mm-hmm, I can't believe I forgot he was in this. Michelle
He gave a
Rodriguez
good
is not in
delivery.
this.
Not at all.
No.
There's
Not even close. I'm
one
pretty
girl
sure
only.
The story I told her was from Fast and Furious and not from this.
There's no other girl other than Angelina.
And she's only in this movie for like 5 minutes.
She's not in it very much.
They make a big deal about how they have to get her.
on the
And
cover.
he needs
She's
her.
gone clean. She's a bartender, and she just
One might say she was gone in 60 seconds.
God
from this
damn it,
movie.
Make that joke.
but not before culturally appropriating
Dreadlocks?
dreadlocks.
White
So-
dreadlocks.
White dreadlocks. Boy, oy,
I didn't
oy.
know if they were dreadlocks or not based on the cover.
Yeah.
But I saw
At the end of the movie, it just seems like a weird lazy thing. But, yeah.
I
You
think
did.
mentioned it in part 1.
You absolutely
Okay.
mentioned
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
she had no
yeah.
dreads.
And boy, oy, she did. But yeah, I don't
She's
understand her
barely in
character
this.
No.
at all.
What does she
might have been-
want?
He shows up when
shooting
she's
other
working on a
stuff.
car. He's like, "Hey, let's do a thing." She's like, "I don't do that anymore. I'm mad at you because you left one, way back or whatever." And then she shows up at the docks. So many scenes later.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "I'm in," and then leaves again, and then shows up like halfway through.
They
the
try to
heist.
bing bong in a Lamborghini.
You, Brad. I'm pretty sure they do the car sex talk, and I'm almost sure it's verbatim what you were saying in part 1 for the car sex talk. It was, and I would say, like, I love Nick Cage.
Oh,
but
he was good.
He's not a sexy man though.
He's not a sexy man.
When he has glasses on, he's
I
not
was
too bad.
But his
struggling
acting
with their
works.
little
It
with
works
their
in this one.
having sex while stealing cars scene, and I was like, I don't need this. Can we fast
I'm gonna
forward?
put my clutch inside your trunk.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
And we get one big, like, action-y car moment, which would be, like, the worst or least car moment ever in the Fast and the Furious movies, where he just, like, runs and jumps.
He floors it.
He
does
jumps
almost
off
just
a
ramp,
car ramp. Imagine seeing that in a Fast and the Furious movie and being like, that's it?
Yeah,
That's the scene?
It's insane. 'cause
Hey, they
That's
paved
the big
way.
action
This
scene?
movie paved the way for Fast and
I mean,
Furious.
it's
clearly.
Speed had more action car scenes.
But this
Wow.
movie paved the way for Fast and Furious because it put an emphasis
should have paved
on
over the
family.
way.
Wow.
Family. It put an emphasis on family plus cars.
Well, two of them are related in this movie.
That's true. That's true.
Was Robert Duvall just like a mentor character? He wasn't related to anybody.
No,
Yeah, it was just a mentor.
Just a
We see Nick Cage's
mentor.
mom. She's like hanging out at a diner.
This was in
James
Long
Caan
Beach.
shows up
James
for some
Caan,
reason,
yeah.
or
So
not
I
James
said,
Caan.
I said,
Scott Caan.
Scott
Scott Caan.
the young
but,
Caan,
but I said
of
Jake
Ocean's
Busey.
11.
but
You
it
did say
ended
Jake
up being
Busey,
Scott
Scott
Caan.
Right.
from Ocean's 11 fame.
Yes.
But there's other people too, like
Oh,
I forgot the guy's
Michael
name.
Pena shows up for like
He
a
did.
half
He
a
was.
scene.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
like you're touching dog shit, man. Oh,
I blinked it, I missed it. Yeah,
oh, that
yeah.
was definitely him. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big
There was also another famous guy who was a sidekick of the main villain. Who's the main villain?
Eccleston's the
Eccleston,
main
but-
so
villain.
one of the guys in the background, he didn't have any lines, but I'm pretty sure he's in like Training Day
Oh, okay.
as one of the other main guys, a part of that.
Oh, in the
It-
crew.
the crew.
and there's the balding guy that like works for Eccleston,
He
but
used
also
to work for
likes
Nick Cage, and then
Nick
moved
Cage,
to the bad guy.
and, like is defending him against
yes,
trying to like he's like the in
He's the one that's
playing.
playing both sides.
He's
of
the
Yeah, a little
liaison
bit.
Yeah,
between
that
the two.
guy. That guy's also
Yeah,
in
he's
another
in a ton of
movie that I
things.
can't.
Yeah.
Like it's a specific movie that I was thinking about the entire time I saw it.
Yeah.
Yep.
She McBride is in it. He's got some comedy chops in there.
Yep.
The tall black guy. He's the one black guy in the movie.
Yes, who from Boston
Well,
Public?
that is rude, Brad.
Boston Public.
Oh, there's this
Mirror Man is the
Knock-
best
Mirror
part
Man.
of this movie.
knock off Chris Rock.
He
Knock
was
off Chris
so
Rock.
funny, and I loved all his.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a snake going in my pants.
That was
It's going in my
It
butt.
was a little boa constrictor. You're fine.
He's so ridiculous
He's not
the
gonna-
whole time, and I wanted him in
venomous.
every single scene. I loved it.
He said it's gonna swallow my junk.
When he's distracting like the cop at the impound lot, he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
where is my car? Look, I got him out here making money,
He's
man.
like, hey, look. And then he plays with a Barbie doll. he's doing Superfly or whatever it is,
Oh
or
my
Super
God.
Freak. Rick James. He's
got
doing a Rick
like
James
cool goggles. He lets me
impersonation.
like snow goggles on.
Yep, that's why he's Mirror Man.
He's doing a Rick James impersonation. Clearly,
Dude, he was so freaking funny.
This character name was Mirror Man. What was the actor's name?
really
It
funny
is-
though.
Was it
Andy.
like a?
It's like TJ something. He's in 3 films. Like,
Oh,
he's,
man.
he's primarily a rapper, I think. So
I would
like,
think so. It
yeah.
seems like one
He
of
also
those.
TJ
people.
Cross.
Master
He was
P
literally
is in
already in my
this.
browser history because I was looking him up because I loved him so much.
TJ Cross.
TJ Cross.
This out, man. Here's some little riding music. It's a little bit different than that cracker shit you used to be playing. Check this out.
Y'all gon' make me
Ah, you like that? You feeling it? Are you feeling it? I know you're feeling it. What's... Oh, Snake! Get this thing off me! Snake! Snake!
So good. I loved
We
him.
also forgot Master P is in this.
Master P.
Master P was the
Was he the rival gang guy?
he was the guy that was not really part of the plot, but like followed him one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
into the
rival gang,
donut
which we
shop.
forgot about. Yeah, there's some other
As soon as that happened, I was like,
gang
that's
of
Master P.
car thieves.
They also
that are
like,
mad
you're on
that-
my turf for stealing cars.
Yeah, they're mad
the business
that-
should have gone to him.
Yeah, that the
Yeah.
brother got the job to steal these cars in the first place,
Yep.
so they like try to kill him. Like there's not a lot of like that. Like there's some threats of violence to Cage's brother, Giovanni, but like I don't know, it never feels that serious. And then the rival
never
gang
feels
pulls up at
serious.
one point after trapping the car and just like opens fire and then chases them through backyards, shooting at them. And I was like, it got serious real quick.
Yeah,
like they were almost dead.
How do they get resolved? How does
They
that
run into the coffee
gang-
shop where the cops
and
are
they
sitting.
Just don't go into. They just don't. They leave the movie
so they
after
won't
that.
go in. Yeah, and so they get busted because
okay.
he has the brother hook their car up to the truck, and then the cops come out and they're like, I hope you have licenses for those guns bars.
Oh yeah. They
So
got
they
it.
all go to
Racial
jail, I
profiling.
assume, forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's 2000s.
But man,
I also caught a quick snap of this guy. I don't know if you guys know Kevin Weissman.
Is it Len Weissman's brother?
He's in Clerks 2.
Oh, I know that guy.
He has a bit in Clerks 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mordor.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
He's in stuff. He's a voice actor.
I don't know exactly,
Yeah.
but I saw his face.
I recognized him.
He was in the morgue when the one guy couldn't talk, and he was like, "Hey, that guy. How does a guy who can't talk answer the phone?" And he was one of those guys.
He's like Skinny Pat and Oswalt.
Yeah.
yes.
Does, yes. I mean, you can't deny that. It's definitely the correct answer.
Yep. Let's see. Dr. Kelso from Scrubs is in this movie. He's like,
There's so many little.
he's a rich guy. They just take his car by pretending to be
Yeah.
valet.
So there are 50 cars that get stolen all in one night, even though they have 3 days to do the job.
Yeah.
We only see. Do we see all 50 cars
I don't
at
think
any
we see all
point?
50. We see a good amount of them.
There's a
Some
list of the
them-
50.
Yes.
So we know like what cars they were aiming for.
Some of them, I'm like, who
There was like a Hummer.
overseas wants these? Like, I had to laugh because one of the cars they have to steal is like an Escalade. And I was like, they go to steal it. I'm like,
Yeah.
who wanted that? It doesn't even look that good. Like,
Oh, but you forget that Escalades were really popular.
I know,
in
and
the
that's what
early
I had to remind
2000s.
myself because you're right. Those things were
They were all
people
in
went
music
nuts
videos for
those
rappers
at the time.
How much
so-
money am I saving by getting a
Oh.
car in one of those lists and having somebody fence it for me? I think half. Am I paying half?
finger?
Like, is it really that hard to get some of these like overseas? Like the
Is that the whole point?
The 3 Mercedes they steal from the impound lot. I'm like, I don't know that much about
Yeah.
like, those whatever the E class, whatever the top.
Are those the
class is,
cars
but-
they stole from the police?
Yes,
lot.
3
Yeah.
Mercedes, and I was like, those. I mean, they're okay, but they're not like the Mercedes I think of when I think of, oh, that's an expensive one.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be more difficult than it was stealing those
true.
cars, but it seemed like it wasn't that hard to steal 50 cars
It was just going to be hard to steal the one.
The one car was
Shelby
hard.
GT.
because
there
because
was
the cops
apparently
were like
only-
on them all the
apparently
time.
in all of LA, there was only one of them. Like,
Maybe only so many were made, I don't know.
I'm thinking about this from like a post Gone in 60 Seconds world, where after this movie, everyone wanted one of those. Like the price for those things like quadrupled after this movie came out.
Well, it can go
Everyone
190
wanted one.
miles an hour with the
So
nitrous.
maybe
you know?
I had it before then. It wasn't that big a deal. But I feel like
Mm-hmm.
after like Bullet had a kind of effect where everyone wanted freaking fastback Mustangs. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I too wonder if the car companies themselves sponsored this movie because
Probably.
they have so many Chevys and Fords and
I bet you a lot of those music in this movie was like Touchstone or somebody like owning it because it seemed like
probably.
every 2000s like song, like electronic music song was in this film.
Yeah.
There's some good music in
Yeah, well, I mean, it took me back to be like, oh yeah, this song was popular.
Yeah, they had like Jane's Addiction playing at the end for a little bit.
I liked that they did, in fact, address the logistics of getting to these cars. Brad, you questioned that
Thank you.
in the beginning.
I did.
And we joked about Ubering to each one. They literally have minivans, and they're shuttling each other around to steal
They're
these
scouting.
cars. Yeah.
They have to scout or else it
These-
doesn't make any
so
sense.
just like drop each other off in minivans, like, bye, I'll pick you up after soccer practice. And then they steal the car.
Do they need 50 separate keys? I know someone like the Mercedes had like special keys or whatever.
they had
They
special
duplicate the
laser
keys?
keys. Like a transponder in them that they needed. That's how the police
continuum
catch on to them.
transfunctioner?
Yes. Yeah, the
one of
police
those.
catch on to them because they flip a dude that works. So I thought there was one of the guys on the crew worked at a dealership, but no, they knew a guy. Like the Younger Brothers crew knew a guy that worked at a Mercedes dealership and could like get these keys.
He was probably getting
So the
some money
police
under the
realized
table.
that they flip that guy who they're like, oh, if they call you for keys again, you talk to us.
Yeah.
And that's how they sort of get on the trail. And that's why they have to get the cars out of the impound because they're camping out the Mercedes.
They have a nerd computer tech guy.
They do.
Who can
He
like do
hack the
things.
DMV, change the VINs, and
Sure.
they're like, okay, but they're going
Is
overseas.
that the guy
dude.
that
Yeah, what does that
gets
matter?
shot? That the guy that gets shot later?
Yes, I think that is the guy who gets shot
Yeah.
because he kind of blows up the theft of the Escalade.
Yeah, that guy was on the Steve Harvey show for a while. Back in the day.
Is he the only main character we lose?
We didn't
No, he
lose
didn't
him.
even die.
Yeah, he didn't even die.
Oh,
He's at
we
the
don't lose.
hospital.
We don't
There
lose
was
any
an
main characters.
off-screen moment where Robert Duvall was like, "He's all right. He's sleeping. He's gonna be okay."
okay.
And then at the
It's
end,
like, how? He
They
got
was having
shot
a barbecue.
At the
Yeah.
end, they're having the Fast and Furious style barbecue, and yeah, that's when Vinnie Jones's character speaks for the first
Yeah, he
time
says
to
the
wax
one.
poetic about how he's the lucky one for
They
having
do
gotten
a-
shot or something.
Yeah, they do a
and-
Silent Bob moment.
Yes, they do.
don't know
Very
why.
much so.
But they wanted to.
I liked his character in general. I did enjoy like if that's you, press the button on the phone, you're like boop, and then like when he shows up, like
Yeah, he's not in it very
the
much.
rival gang's beating up Nick Cage, and Vinnie Jones
He is
just
the
shows
heavy,
up,
yeah.
blows up 3 cars, and like gets out of there. Like great use of Vinnie
Yeah.
Jones, hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the whole masterpiece sequence with the diner. They get chased for a long time into the diner, and then there's police there, so they know they could just wait it out, but they're both kind of just like playing
Like we'll
chicken
be in
a
this
little
diner
bit.
all night.
Yeah. And they do like kind of the banana in the tailpipe from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, they do. It kind of is. yeah.
Kinda.
The old tailpipe onesie toosie.
And then a truck driver, they tie the front end of their car to a truck driver's front end, and he just drives away and just rips the entire front end off of that car.
Yep.
You're forgetting the one big crucial moment of the film: waiting for a dog to take a shit.
Yes, classic. Because he eats
I-
the key.
It's like
I
an
laughed at
8-minute
that
scene.
part. I laughed at it. I mean, they cut between. It's like a lot of cutting back and forth.
They were gonna kill the dog.
Vinnie Jones just
Vinnie
immediately
Jones
pulls out the knife.
Pull out that knife.
Oh, man.
Get the X-Lax, Nick Cage says.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We'll do it the hard way.
So the young guys have to walk the dog.
I liked all those lines. Michael Page is like, "Hey, what are you doing in our
told you not to be in our
territory?" And he's
turf.
like, "Oh no, I don't have anything. I don't want anything here." He's like, "What? Our turf isn't good enough for you?"
every
And then like the dog starts pooping, and they like run over. He's like, "Oh, okay, it's happening." They run over. The guy's like, "Oh man, I'm about to throw up." I never funny. He's like, "I don't know why. How can you get your rocks off on touching dog shit?"
Oh boy.
it was
So good.
It was really
It was like
funny.
a funny little bit.
It was.
like an E plot, like for the characters to do.
Exactly. It's not even. Yeah.
Oh man.
Because that guy's from Donnie Darko. Remember?
Yes, the young guy on the crew, the guy who was good at ordering pizzas.
Which was
Oh,
also
okay.
a really funny line.
Yeah.
He's like, and then this is he's really good at ordering pizzas. He's like, what?
Independence
They're like,
Day.
oh, no, he
He's
really
in
is
Independence
really good
Day,
at it.
right? Dennis Quaid's. Or
He is.
Randy
He's
Quaid's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always tying it back to the show. On brand, Bradley.
Okay. Yeah, he's the guy in Donnie Darko who is the
Haven't watched it yet.
bunny.
We haven't done it on the podcast yet. Doesn't count.
You've
true.
never seen it?
Not on the podcast.
Okay, well, people have watched it.
Unless we do it on the show, nobody's seen
doesn't
the
exist.
movie.
Is that true?
Imagine that was your only like movies that you watched for this podcast movies.
Oh, I feel bad for you. This
Oh
is
man, you had to see the big green.
poor filmography. I would love to see that letterboxed. Oh man, let's. The Eleanor is not a decoy. I speculated.
steals the real
I thought it
one.
was. He
Yeah.
steals it.
No, they're
and
just
He messes
The
it up
police
real
are-
bad.
yeah, it's not as bad as I
police are just
thought it was.
surveilling.
Like I thought he pulls up and it's missing like doors
Yeah,
and shit.
it
but
seemed like when he was
pulls
going to
up-
land, his tires were going
Oh,
to blow.
like
but
that car was wrecked after he did that jump. I'm sure. Like in the
There's
trivia, it
no
mentions
way.
they went through 7 of them. They built 9, and then
Yikes.
Bruckheimer and Cage took home the 2 they didn't wreck.
and then sold it to the government for tax.
yeah, 'cause to pay off his TRT Rex skull.
But like, yeah, I mean, he shows up and it's not in that bad a condition. I did like when he first breaks the side mirror and he's like, oh, it's okay, it's just a scratch, and he's like talking to the car. The car dies. He's like, oh, come on, don't do this to me.
Like, Eleanor, don't. No, start.
Yeah, oh yeah, don't start with me, Eleanor. Oh, no, I mean, start, please start. Like, good, some fun.
Funny bit of tangential trivia: Jeff Goldblum still has the Lost World Jeep that he was given on set, and he still drives it today. He was on Top Gear talking about it.
That's awesome.
He was like, "This is the only car I've had in 30 years." I was like, "I never had to buy another car."
That's so cool.
Wow.
Oh man.
Probably doesn't get good gas mileage, but
I mean,
but it's
you're
awesome.
Jeff Goldblum.
You're Jeff Goldblum.
You don't have to pay for the
seen-
car.
I saw someone in my neighborhood that decked out their Jeep to be.
There's some Jurassic Park cars around.
I've seen a couple,
car.
yeah,
and
around.
I've also seen someone many years ago, a couple times, who decked out a vehicle to a hearse to look like the Ghostbusters vehicle.
I've seen there's a Subaru
seen both
Outback
of
in the
those.
area that's decked out to look like that, and there's also someone who has
The mystery machines are around.
They have an
I've seen a few
OJ
of those.
Bronco.
Ooh.
And, like it is the,
white
license plate even says like the juice or something.
Oh,
like,
wow.
it's
Really
supposed to
owning
be
into
the
it.
OJ
Oh
Bronco.
God!
OJ
weird.
Blanco.
I mean, it is a Blanco.
Well, it's true.
J.J. Abrams apparently was an uncredited writer on this film.
I bet there was a lot of writers on this film.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
that's what it
It
sounds
was a
like.
Brockheimer.
The plot was nonsensical.
Yeah.
It was a Brockheimer.
Things just
film.
kept happening.
It's like the original writer. It sounds like got fired halfway through and like replaced with a bunch of ghostwriters.
Was there a single setup and payoff?
Well, they had to steal the cars, and then they stole the cars.
for a movie about cars? I feel like there is not. Like, the last 30 minutes is the only part of this movie that involves them doing stuff with cars. Like, the rest of this, there's some planning, but I'm like, I mean...
I wanted more standing over blueprints and figuring things out.
Yeah.
If you have 3 days to figure out...
The planning doesn't even seem to be much.
Steal-
Honestly, most of the movie is just the drama of, like, hanging out with your younger brother and his friends.
Steal 20 cars, have an issue come up where you're like, you have to stop and figure something out and steal more cars, and you got, like, 5 really hard ones. Like, you got to limit these cars into, like... So, like, each person is stealing, like, a very important car at the end of the film.
Yeah.
So we're, like, or they can go in groups, too, if you want to go, like, go in teams or whatever.
Yeah,
but, like, I want to see, like, 6 important cars.
Yeah.
And I want to see each person's, like, group stealing one of
Each
these
of them has,
things.
like, a challenge they got to
Yeah.
figure out how to fix, and they have their skills to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that was
like
fun.
a movie. Like a movie would
Have them
do.
all interact at the end. The last 30 minutes is the crew standing there saying, oh,
Yeah.
no, Nick Cage is still out there. They're like, yes. Cut to him doing stuff for 30 minutes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
stand around. And I was
And
like,
then Giovanni Ribisi and
They don't even try to help.
the liaison guy show up to, like, save him at the end.
yeah.
Which I was surprised I called that he was in the movie. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. No, and
Completely.
he was
And
exactly
Robert
the role you
Duvall
thought
as
he
well.
was.
Yeah, Robert
Yep.
Duvall.
Nailed those. The ending is weird. Like, we also speculated
Just
here
get the
that
Die Hard ending.
Nick Cage gets arrested, but, like, gets off because he turns out on the other guy. No.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they Die Hard...
Kick Chris
Doctor
Eccleston
Who.
off the building. He falls.
Nick Cage saves the detective's
own
life,
hearse.
so the detective's like, I know you did this to save your brother. Get out of here. And that's the end? Like,
Well, he's got to join up with them in the sequel, because that's what Fast and the Furious does. All villains become the good guys, and you introduce more villains, and the cycle repeats. It's gone in 60 seconds. Didn't do it early. They did it too early.
Gone in 62 seconds.
yeah.
I thought time was going to be more important for
Yes,
sure.
that was
Yeah.
actually one of my notes. Is I
they
felt
kept
no
having-
sense of urgency.
Yeah.
They kept showing the
It said
clock
like
at
4
the
minutes
end.
left at some point,
Yeah.
and then there was still time for him to drop the car off.
Right. Well,
I
even
felt.
when he's chasing an Eleanor, it's not like anyone's like counting down. Like, it literally like cuts over, and they're like, "Oh, what do you mean he's not back? It's 8 o'clock already." And I was like, "Oh, okay. We hit that threshold fast."
Hit the ramp, jump into the boat where the last car can go. Come on,
Yeah,
give me
he
something.
just drives it
He just
straight
gets there. It's
to
like,
the
oh,
backyard.
we're not taking it because we already didn't want to take it.
Yeah.
but it seems like we could just take it.
Yeah, exactly.
What then?
I don't know, man.
Chris
Deadline's
Eccleston.
deadline. You're dead.
This movie's so weird. Like, I remember people went nuts for it, but you're right. Like, nothing. Like, I watched this like 3 hours ago. I've already forgotten 90% of it.
Sure. It's
Like, it's
forgettable.
crazy. Yeah, there's just. It feels like there's very little structure to this movie.
It's 2 hours long somehow.
Everything feels so deliberate, though, and yet nothing happens. I don't get it. It's weird. It's a weird one. I mean, I had fun. The car chase is
Did anybody
pretty
watch
great.
the original?
I wanted to, didn't have time.
I wanted to, but didn't have time as well. I'm going to
There were
watch it.
3 of these movies. You saw.
Yeah, so there's
there
a
is
trilogy.
actually.
Whoa!
It's more like a cinematic universe, I guess. So like the original one, it sounds like it's the passion project of this one dude. He made this movie, and then he made like 2 other movies sort of independently. He started
those have
making
plots.
Gone in 60 Seconds 2, no creative title. And then he died while filming it. Like a stunt went wrong and like a telephone pole fell
Oh
on
my
him or
God.
something.
What?
Yeah.
The director?
The director
Holy
died.
moly!
Why was he so close to the action?
He was like the main.
Action!
He's also in the movie. He's like the star of the movie too. So he was doing like stunts for it. And, like, I think
Whoa.
one
he was
went
like a
wrong.
stunt
But
died
the movie
during
got
stunt.
finished somehow.
They like spliced it together using footage from the other 2 movies that are
Game of
unrelated.
Death.
And it's now a short film. It's not an actual feature film.
Oh,
It's
but it comes
weird.
in a trilogy
And
pack.
yeah, the trilogy is like the 3rd movie is like one of the other films he did before that one. So it's
That has nothing to do
It makes
with
no
it?
sense. I thought it was like, oh, maybe he meant to do a trilogy and just died before he could. No, they just count one of his other 2 movies as part of the trilogy, and then
wild.
the short film as the 3rd one in the trilogy. It's weird. It's a very strange setup. Like I think they give him a thanks in the credits for this one, but they're like, this film bears very little resemblance to the other film.
Huh.
I think they said the only scene that is like actually taken from the original is the scene where after they have stolen one
Yeah.
of the goofballs steals the Cadillac full of drugs from Chinatown.
Yes.
Yeah, that does happen.
The detective comes by and they have him rev the engine to blow like
That was a great
drugs
scene.
away. I think that's from the original.
That's
That's
good.
like the one
okay.
scene.
That's a good plot point to have.
Watch that. That's fun. Yeah.
Where they have to like
Good plot.
Yeah, they get tangled up in some other illegal thing. That's fun.
Yeah. That was pretty good. I kind of wish more was going to happen with that.
Yeah, they just kind of
But,
junk the
get rid
heroin.
of the car.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
Delroy Lindo like starts it or something. Like he needs to be proven that it works.
Well, he's like, there's all these amazing classic cars in here.
Yeah.
And then there's this Eldorado. Who wants to restore this piece of shit? And they're like, well, turn it on, man. It's got a 4-liter engine. And they get him to rev it. He's getting all excited about it.
He's loving it.
Yeah. Cadillac Eldorado. And it's just so that he blows some heroin off the floor and doesn't see it.
Yep. Exactly.
Kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun
Nothing
moment of tension.
came of stealing that car.
No.
It
Nope.
was a hot car.
They definitely
There's
could have.
there's setups and then there's no payoffs.
Like that
That
could have
one
even
didn't pay
been
off
part of this. Like the
anything.
rival gang that they get attacked by could have been rewritten to have been involved with that car.
Yeah, more
It wasn't even
gangs.
a payoff. It was just like a moment of like.
It's just a little quick aside.
I love the idea of them like competing with another like car stealing company.
Yes,
that's
I do like
interesting.
that. Like that definitely could have been expanded on. Okay, if you're gonna make a car movie, they need to drive more cars.
I agree with the car thing. I need to be
Not enough cars in
more
this movie.
Just the last 30 minutes of a car. I need more car. I need everyone in a car doing their own thing. They're good at car.
Yeah, I also feel kind of bad because like most of this movie is just a bunch of thieves being good enough at their jobs that there isn't any drama from them stealing the cars. Like they're just very good at it, so they accomplish 99% of their task without incident. You're like, oh, okay, they're just good thieves, I guess. Yeah, that's not an exciting movie. I need to see incompetent thieves steal something. I don't know.
They tried to do that, like mixing incompetent with competent people.
Yeah,
but
yeah, which I did enjoy.
It was
Like we need more
didn't really
people.
change much of the plot or help in any way.
Yeah, that
didn't
like
bumble
it
things
gave
up
them the
even
excuse
more.
to have more incidents of things like
Yeah, I guess everybody can't be Sweet Driver. I think that's the issue here.
yeah.
We needed like
I did,
three
like-
Sweet Driver
so again,
people.
We should talk about like we mentioned how when the younger brother's telling them why like they need his crew and like they gives them each their he's like, this guy is a whiz with computers. This guy can drive anything with 4 wheels. And I was like, well, yes, I feel like having a driver's license would in fact be important for
This guy is
this
not
job.
13 any longer. He's 14.
This guy's got all sorts of tech gizmos, and then this guy orders pizzas. I loved that whole bit. Like, it was hilarious trying to introduce all 4 of these characters. Some of them had, like, good skills, and some of them, they're, like, trying to find something.
Yeah.
Like, the dude who's good at driving never came up again. He was good at driving, and then
And we didn't see him
didn't
drive.
see him again. Yeah, didn't see him drive.
Was Angelina's thing just good driving? Was she just good?
I don't even
She was
know.
mechanic,
No,
but never fixed anything.
My notes literally say she's in this movie for 5 minutes, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Wasn't she mechanic? Wasn't she fixing?
mechanic.
But they don't
fixing
need
cars?
to fix cars.
They don't need to fix cars.
Okay. So she does pop a hood of a car, hook a thing up, and gets it started.
Yeah, but it happens within 2 seconds.
Not 60 seconds. So I guess she was important for that one.
Think about it this way. She's in this movie. and her character is doing a favor for no reason.
Her name's
whatsoever.
Sway.
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 Then think about the actor herself.
Memphis.
Sway. She's probably just being in the movie to do a favor for someone.
Get that paycheck for Jerry Bruckheimies.
Yeah.
It's, hey, I only have this much time to shoot a movie. Okay, be in the movie. And it's about you doing
We got to put her on the poster. She was very popular.
She was very popular, so yeah.
Gotta get her on the movie poster.
She was already, nominated for Academy Award by that point?
Yeah.
With, Girl Interrupted.
Mm-hmm. So this was the same director that did Swordfish.
Okay, that's where I got to keep thinking about Swordfish.
Thinking about Swordfish.
Keep thinking about Swordfish.
I've never seen that one.
I think I've seen it once and I've forgotten most of it. I only remember one of the scenes because it's kind of notorious in like computer communities for being a really stupid hacking scene.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
so I gotta get into AOL.com.
Hugh Jackman
Where's your free trial?
Hugh Jackman has to hack like into a bank while he's getting a blowjob. That's the scene.
I feel like I've heard a little bit
He's like,
about
that.
It's like the worst. Amazing.
Yeah, John Travolta's like breathing over his neck like
Ernest goes to bank heist.
Ernest goes to bank heist.
I was thinking about.
I'd watch the hell out of that movie.
Is it like an adult rated Ernest where he's getting
This is what I'm talking about. We need
Your face
incompetent
looks
heist
like Ernest
movies.
a little bit.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah.
Uh,
This movie was gone
I
from
did
my
actually
mind in
enjoy this
60
movie,
seconds.
though.
Gone in 60
I did
seconds.
enjoy.
Oh yeah, no,
I enjoyed
This
it.
is another one of those.
Yeah.
Enjoy
It
some
wasn't
ridiculous
unenjoyable.
stuff.
It's like it's a hot day and you run through a sprinkler and then it's over.
It's over. That is exactly right. That's the review for this movie.
And you're like, oh, that was nice. And then you just go do something else.
And it's like, yeah,
Yep.
kind of itchy now. Just water droplets on my face.
It's a fun watch, but we're done.
Oh, that's funny.
This is better. This is
That's
better
so
car
accurate.
movies.
Oh man.
Better car movies out there.
Thank you for joining us on that episode and every episode that you do. The next movie we're doing has the tagline, Never give up, never surrender. We remember Galaxy Quest.
In the far reaches of the galaxy, a civilization is under siege.
We are all that is left.
They've searched the universe for a leader.
Stay tuned for scenes from next week's Galaxy Quest.
Never give up, never surrender.
He will save us.
What they got
Never give up and never surrender.
were struggling TV actors.
You are our last hope.
Where's my limo?
Okie dokie.
And they're about to put on a command performance 8 million light years away.
We are actors, not astronauts.
You are our protectors.
That was a hell of a thing.
Now,
Laredo, take us out.
You gotta move to the right.
Would you sit your ass down? You want to drive this to...
acting like heroes
The whole thing was just a misunderstanding.
may not be enough.
They look like little children. Hi, little guy.
I'm done.
DreamWorks Pictures presents Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Galaxy Quest.
You're just gonna have to kill it.
Well, go for the mouth, the throat, his vulnerable spots.
It's a rock. It doesn't have any vulnerable spots.